Are you hurt?
The glass shattered against the marble floor just as Mercy reached for the elevator button. She froze for one terrible second. Nobody moved. Then a man shouted, "Get down." Mercy dropped instinctively. A second piece of glass exploded against the wall above her head, sending tiny fragments across the polished floor. People screamed and scattered through the luxurious hotel lobby. Mercy's heart slammed against her ribs. She crawled behind the reception desk, breathing hard, while security guards rushed toward the entrance. Then she heard footsteps. Fast. Someone was running toward her. Mercy. She looked up. A tall Korean man in a black tailored suit was sprinting across the lobby. His face was pale. His usually controlled expression had completely disappeared. "Are you hurt?" Mercy stared at him. "I don't think so." He dropped to one knee beside her. "Look at me." She looked into his eyes. They were dark, intense, and filled with something she couldn't immediately understand. Fear, not ordinary concern. Fear. He reached toward her face, carefully brushing a tiny piece of glass from her hair. "You're bleeding." Mercy touched her forehead. Her fingers came away with a thin streak of blood. "It's nothing." "It is not nothing." His voice was unusually sharp. Mercy blinked. "You don't even know me." The man stared at her for a moment. Then he said quietly, "I know enough." Before Mercy could respond, another security guard approached. "Mr. Calm, the situation is under control. The man who threw the object has been detained." The stranger stood. "Take her upstairs." Mercy immediately shook her head. "No." He looked at her. "No, I don't need to go anywhere with you." Something almost amused crossed his face despite the tension. "You've just been involved in an attack, and I'm still capable of making my own decisions." The security guard looked between them. The man sighed. "Fine." He turned toward the elevator. Then he stopped. "Come with me voluntarily." Then Mercy hesitated. There was something strangely familiar about him. She couldn't explain it. She had seen his face before, not in person. Somewhere on television, perhaps billboards, business, magazines. Then it came to her. Kang Min-jae, CEO of Kang International, one of the youngest billionaires in South Korea, the man whose name appeared constantly in Korean business news. Mercy stared at him. "You're Kang Min-jae." He raised an eyebrow. "You've heard of me." "Who hasn't?" He smiled faintly. "Good. Then you know I don't usually ask twice." Mercy folded her arms. "And you should know I don't usually obey strangers." For the first time that evening, Min-jae laughed. "It was short and unexpected. You're difficult. I've been called worse. I believe you." They entered the elevator. Together, the doors closed. Silence filled the small space. Mercy stared at the changing floor numbers. Min-jae stood beside her. After several seconds, he spoke. "Why were you at the hotel?" "I work here." His head turned. "You work here?" "Yes." "As what?" "Interpreter and event coordinator." "You're Nigerian?" "Yes." "How long have you been in Seoul?" 3 years. Min-jae studied her reflection in the elevator doors. 3 years. Mercy glanced at him. What? Nothing, but something had changed in his expression. He looked almost distracted, as if her answers had awakened a memory he couldn't quite reach. The elevator opened. They stepped into a private lounge. A doctor was already waiting. Mercy sat while the doctor examined the cut. Min-jae remained standing across the room. He watched her too closely. Eventually Mercy noticed, "Is there something on my face?" "No." "Then stop staring." He looked away. "Sorry." She smiled. "You're not very good at apologizing, are you?" "I don't usually have to." "That sounds like a billionaire problem." He looked back at her. "You know a lot about billionaires." "No, I know a lot about arrogant men." The doctor laughed under his breath. Min-jae didn't, but Mercy noticed the corner of his mouth twitch. When the doctor finished, he handed her a small bandage. "You're lucky." "It's superficial." Mercy stood. "Thank you." Min-jae immediately stepped forward. "I'll have someone drive you home." "No, thank you. It's late. I can take the subway." "No." Mercy stared at him. "No, no subway." She laughed. "You can't order me around." "I wasn't ordering you." "You sounded like you were." "I was concerned." "You've been concerned for about 20 minutes." Min-jae paused. Then he said, "It feels longer." Mercy didn't know what to say. For some reason, that sentence touched something inside her. She looked away. "Good night, Mr. Calm." "Min-jae." "What?" Call me Min-jae. She hesitated. Good night. Min-jae. The way she said his name made him strangely still. Mercy walked toward the elevator. He watched until the doors closed. Only then did his smile disappear. His assistant, Ji-won, entered the room. "You're staring again." Min-jae didn't answer. Ji-won followed his gaze toward the elevator. "Who is she?" "I don't know. You've known her for less than an hour." "I know. And you're already interested." Min-jae turned toward him. "Don't be ridiculous." Ji-won smiled. "You smiled at her." "I smile." "You haven't smiled at me in 6 years. That's because you annoy me." Ji-won laughed. Then his expression became serious. "There's something strange." "What?" "The way you were looking at her." Min-jae said nothing. Ji-won hesitated. "Did she remind you of someone?" Min-jae's jaw tightened. No, the answer came too quickly. Ji-won noticed, but he didn't push, because both men knew there was one person Min-jae had spent nearly a decade trying to forget. A woman from his past. A woman whose name was still written on an old piece of paper locked inside the bottom drawer of his desk. Mercy. No, not Mercy. The woman he had known years ago had been called something else. He had been 24 when he met her, young, broke, proud, and foolish enough to believe he could build an empire without anyone's help. It had happened in Lagos. A decade earlier, Min-jae had been visiting Nigeria for a business opportunity his father considered too insignificant to pursue. Then everything went wrong. His driver had gotten lost. His phone died. A violent rainstorm had flooded the road, and somewhere outside the city, his vehicle had crashed. He remembered the sound of metal twisting. He remembered pain, then darkness when he opened his eyes. He was lying inside a small room. A young African woman was sitting beside him. She was holding a wet cloth against his forehead. "You're awake." He had tried to sit. She pushed him down. "Don't. Where am I? My family's house. Who are you?" She smiled. "Someone who found you before you died." He remembered laughing weakly. "That's comforting." "Good. You were still joking for 3 days." She cared for him. She cooked for him. She argued with him. She laughed at him. And somehow, during those 3 days, Min-jae fell in love. Not the dramatic kind of love he understood from movies. Something quieter. Something terrifying. On the morning he had to leave, he stood outside the house with tears burning behind his eyes. "I'll come back." She shook her head. "You don't know that." "I do." "How?" "Because I'm going to find you." She smiled sadly. "You won't know where to look. Then I'll search everywhere." She removed a small necklace from around her neck. It was simple. A silver pendant with a tiny blue stone. She placed it in his palm. "Keep this, so I'll remember you." "No," she looked directly into his eyes. "So you'll remember that. Sometimes the people who change your life don't stay long enough to see what they changed." Min-jae closed his fingers around the necklace. "What is your name?" She hesitated. "Mercy." He smiled. "Mercy? Yes, I'll find you." She smiled again. "Maybe." Then he left, and he searched for years, but Mercy disappeared. In O addressed in no family record he could trace, in no reliable photograph. Nothing. Eventually, people told him to move on. He refused until life became too busy. His father's death, the company, the billings, the scandals, the endless meetings. Yet every night, before sleeping, he would open the drawer and look at the photograph he had managed to obtain. A young woman with deep brown skin, expressive dark eyes, and a smile that had haunted him for years. Mercy. He had searched for her for almost 10 years. And now, somehow, he had just met a woman named Mercy. But Min-jae didn't know that. Not yet. The next morning, Mercy arrived at Kang International for a meeting. She had been hired to interpret during a major international partnership discussion. She walked into the conference room carrying a tablet and several documents. Then she stopped. Min-jae was sitting at the head of the table. Their eyes met. He smiled. "You," Mercy smiled back. "Me? You work here too?" "Apparently." He laughed. "Apparently." She took the seat opposite him. The meeting began. For the next 2 hours, Mercy translated every sentence flawlessly. Min-jae kept finding reasons to look at her when she spoke English. Her voice was confident when she switched to Korean. Her pronunciation was nearly perfect when she laughed at one of the executive's jokes. Min-jae found himself smiling at the end of the meeting. Everyone had left except the two of them. Mercy gathered her papers. Min-jae remained seated. Would you like dinner? She looked up. Dinner? Yes. Why? He paused. Because I want to know you. The thought surprised him. Instead he said, It's business? Mercy smiled. Business dinners usually involve more than two people. Not always. She narrowed her eyes. Are you asking me out? Min-jae leaned back. I think I am. You don't even know me. I'd like to. Mercy stared at him. Then she smiled. Okay. Min-jae's heart skipped. Okay? Yes. He tried to remain composed. Tonight. Tonight? She walked toward the door, then turned. Min-jae. Yes? Don't make me regret saying yes. His smile faded into something more sincere. I won't. Mercy left. Min-jae sat alone for the first time in years. He felt nervous about a woman, and he had no idea why. Across the city, Mercy stepped into a taxi. She looked out the window. Her hand slipped beneath her blouse. Her fingers found the small silver chain around her neck. The same blue stone rested against her chest. She closed her eyes. I'm sorry, she whispered, because she had recognized him the moment she saw him. She had known exactly who Kang Min-jae was. She had known the name, the face, the voice, and the promise he had made 10 years ago. But she had never expected him to look at her this way. She had never expected him to fall in love with her again. And most importantly, she had never expected herself to fall for him all over again. The problem was that Min-jae believed Mercy had disappeared forever, and Mercy knew the truth. She had never disappeared. She had simply been forced to become someone else. And if Min-jae ever discovered why she had left him all those years ago, he might never forgive her, or worse, he might stop loving her. The rain hammered against the windows as Mercy stood outside Min-jae's apartment, staring at the door. She had almost turned around 3 times. She knew she shouldn't be there. She knew that every moment she spent getting closer to him made the truth harder to hide, but she couldn't stay away. The door opened. Min-jae looked surprised. Mercy, I need to talk to you. His expression immediately changed. Are you okay? Yes. Then why do you look like you're about to cry? Mercy looked away. I don't know. He stepped aside. Come in. She entered the apartment. The enormous room was quiet except for the sound of rain against the glass. Min-jae closed the door. What happened? Nothing. That's not true. Mercy turned toward him. Why do you care so much? He stared at her. Because I care about you. Her eyes filled with tears. You barely know me. I know enough. That isn't enough. It is for me. She looked down. Min-jae. What? I don't want you to get hurt. Why would I get hurt? Because I'm not who you think I am. He went still. What does that mean? There are things about me you don't know. Then tell me. I can't. Why? Because if I tell you, everything changes. He stepped closer, then let it change. She looked into his eyes. For one dangerous second, she almost told him everything. I'm Mercy. I'm the girl you met in Nigeria. I'm the woman you've been searching for, but fear stopped her. I need time, she whispered. Min-jae studied her face. Then he gently touched her cheek. Take all the time you need. That kindness almost destroyed her, because it reminded her of the young man she had loved 10 years ago. The man who had promised to find her. The man who had believed promises were enough, but life had taught her otherwise. The following weeks changed everything. Min-jae began finding reasons to see her. Breakfast meetings became coffee dates. Coffee dates became dinners. Dinners became long walks through Seoul. He showed her places tourists rarely saw. Mercy introduced him to small African restaurants hidden throughout the city. One evening, she laughed so hard at something he said that she nearly spilled her drink. Min-jae stared at her. What? Nothing. Then why are you looking at me? I like your laugh. She became quiet. You're strange. I've been told you say things that make people uncomfortable. I don't mean to. You do. He smiled. Maybe I only do it with you. Mercy's heart raced. Then she asked softly, why me? Min-jae didn't hesitate. Because when I'm with you, I don't feel like a CEO. What do you feel like? Like myself. She looked down. That sounds dangerous. Why? Because people can hurt you when you let them see who you really are. Min-jae reached across the table and took her hand. Then don't hurt me. Mercy froze. His thumb moved gently across her fingers. I won't, she whispered, but inside, she knew she already had. The relationship became impossible to hide. Photographs of them appeared online. Korean entertainment blogs called Kang Min-jae's mysterious foreign girlfriend. Some praised her, others insulted her. His family was furious. One evening, Min-jae's mother summoned Mercy to her mansion. Mercy arrived alone. The older woman sat across from her with a cold expression. "You understand who my son is?" "Yes." "You understand the expectations attached to his name?" "Yes." "Then you should understand that this relationship is inappropriate." Mercy remained calm. "I care about your son." His mother laughed coldly. "Care? Yes, you've known him for weeks. Sometimes people can know each other for years and never truly understand each other." The older woman's eyes hardened. "Are you trying to lecture me?" "No." "Then listen carefully. My son has already sacrificed enough for love." Mercy's heart stopped. "What do you mean?" The woman leaned forward. 10 years ago, he became obsessed with finding a woman he met in Africa. Mercy's fingers tightened around her handbag. He searched for her for years. The woman continued. She disappeared. He nearly destroyed himself trying to find her. Mercy looked down. "Why are you telling me this?" "Because I refuse to watch another woman take advantage of his weakness." "I would never do that." "Then prove it." "How?" "Leave him." Mercy looked up. "No," the answer came quietly, but firmly. His mother blinked. "You refuse?" "I won't leave him because you ordered me to." The woman opened a drawer and placed an envelope on the table. $500,000. Mercy stared at it. "Take it." "No, it's enough to start a new life." "I don't want a new life." "You're making a mistake." "Maybe." Mercy stood. "But it's my mistake to make." She walked away. Outside the mansion, she finally allowed herself to cry. She called Min-jae. He answered immediately. "Where are you?" "Home." "Why are you crying?" "I'm not." "Mercy." She laughed through her tears. "You always know. I know you." Those words broke her. She whispered, "I love you." Silence. Min-jae stopped breathing. "What did you say?" "I said I love you." His voice became softer. "Say it again." Mercy smiled through her tears. "I love you. I love you too." She closed her eyes. For the first time, she allowed herself to believe they might have a future, but someone else had already decided they wouldn't. A week later, Min-jae's former fiancée returned to Seoul. Her name was Han Seo-jin. She had spent years living in London, and she had one goal to reclaim Min-jae. When she saw Mercy beside him at a charity event, jealousy burned across her face. She approached him. "Min-jae." He turned. "Seo-jin, you look happy." "I am." Her eyes moved to Mercy. "So this is her." Mercy remained polite. "Hello." Seo-jin smiled. "You must be Mercy." "Yes. I've heard a lot about you. I doubt all of it is true." Seo-jin laughed. "I like you." Mercy didn't believe her. Neither did Min-jae. Later that night, Seo-jin cornered Mercy. "You don't belong here." Mercy looked at her. "Neither does hatred." Seo-jin's smile disappeared. "You think he loves you?" "I know he does." "You're temporary." Mercy felt the word sting. Seo-jin stepped closer. "He'll eventually realize that his world is too complicated for you." Mercy stared at her. "Then he'll tell me himself." She walked away, but Seo-jin wasn't finished. 2 days later, an old photograph appeared online. It showed Min-jae standing beside a young African woman in Nigeria. The woman's face was partially visible. The internet exploded. People started asking questions. Who was she? Why had Min-jae been searching for her? And why did she look so much like Mercy? Min-jae saw the photograph at his office. His blood ran cold. He stared at the image. He knew that face. He had stared at it thousands of times. The woman beside him was Mercy, or at least, she looked exactly like her. His hands trembled. Ji-won entered. "Sir?" Min-jae didn't respond. "Sir, where did this photograph come from?" "We're investigating." Min-jae zoomed in. The silver necklace around the woman's neck was visible. His necklace, the one she had given him. He looked at the photograph again. Then at the small blue pendant lying inside his desk drawer. His breathing became shallow. "No." Ji-won stared at him. "What?" Min-jae stood abruptly. "I need to see Mercy." He called her, in no answer. Again. Nothing. He drove to her apartment. She wasn't there. He called her repeatedly. Still nothing. Then he remembered something. A restaurant she loved. He found her sitting alone near the window. When she saw him enter, she immediately knew. He had discovered something. Min-jae walked toward her. His voice shook. "Tell me the truth." Mercy stood. "What truth?" "You know." "I don't. You know exactly what I'm talking about." He placed the photograph on the table. Mercy's face went pale. Min-jae stared at her. "Who are you?" She couldn't speak. "Mercy." Her eyes filled with tears. "Tell me." She looked down, then slowly reached beneath her blouse. She pulled out the silver chain. The blue stone caught the light. Min-jae stopped breathing. His eyes widened. He whispered one word. "Mercy." She cried. "I didn't lie about my name." He stepped backward. "You." "I was the girl you met in Nigeria." The restaurant seemed to disappear around them. Min-jae stared at her as if the world had tilted beneath his feet. "You knew?" "Yes." "You knew who I was?" "Yes." "And you let me fall in love with you?" Mercy shook her head desperately. "I didn't plan this. You knew." "I was afraid." "Afraid of what?" "Of losing you again." His eyes filled with tears. "You already did." Mercy covered her mouth. Min-jae turned away. For 10 years, he had searched for her, and she had been standing in front of him, loving him, lying to him, and waiting for him. He didn't know which part hurt more. Min-jae walked out of the restaurant without saying another word. Mercy followed him into the rain. Min-jae. He kept walking. "Please." He stopped. Slowly, he turned. "Why?" Mercy stood several feet away, rain soaking her hair and clothes. "Why did you hide it?" She struggled to breathe. "Because I was scared." "Of me?" "No, then what?" She looked down. "Of what would happen if you found me. I spent 10 years looking for you. I know. I thought you were dead. I know. I thought I'd lost you forever. I know." She began crying. "I knew everything." Min-jae's face tightened. "Then why did you tell me?" "Because when I met you again, you didn't recognize me. You looked at me like I was a stranger. You were different. So were you. I know." He shook his head. "You should have told me. I wanted to. When? Every day. Then why?" "Because I wanted you to love me without the memory." Min-jae looked confused. "What?" Mercy wiped her tears. "I didn't want to be the woman you remembered. I wanted to know if you could love the woman standing in front of you." His expression softened. "But I loved you before I knew." Mercy looked up. "What?" "I fell in love with you before I knew." Her lips trembled. "I know." "No, you don't." He stepped closer. "When I met you at that hotel, I didn't know you were her." "I know." "I didn't know about the necklace." "I know." "I didn't know about Nigeria." "I know." He touched her cheek. "And I still wanted you." Mercy broke down. Min-jae pulled her into his arms. For several seconds, neither spoke. Then he whispered, "I'm angry. I know. I'm hurt. I know. But I love you." Mercy cried against his chest. "I love you too." The reconciliation wasn't immediate. Min-jae needed time. Mercy understood. For several days, they stayed apart. He stopped calling. She stopped chasing. Then one evening, Min-jae received a package. Inside was a letter. It was from Mercy. He opened it. She had written about everything. Why she left. Why she never contacted him. Why she had been afraid. To the bottom was one sentence. "I never stopped loving you. I only stopped believing that love was enough." Min-jae read it 3 times. Then he remembered something. The last conversation he had with Mercy's family 10 years ago. They had told him she had left, but they had never told him why. He began investigating. What he discovered changed everything. Years earlier, Mercy's father had accumulated a dangerous debt. A group of criminals had threatened the family. Mercy's father had forced her to leave Nigeria and disappear. She had moved between countries. She had changed her surname. She had eventually come to South Korea. She hadn't abandoned Min-jae. She had been trying to survive. Min-jae drove to her apartment. When Mercy opened the door, she froze. "You came. I should have come sooner." She stared at him. "Why?" "Because I finally understand." He handed her the documents. She read them. Her hands began trembling. "You found this?" "Yes." She looked up. "I didn't want you involved. You should have trusted me. I was protecting you. You don't protect someone you love by disappearing." Tears filled her eyes. "I was 19 and I was 24. We were children." He smiled sadly. "Maybe then." He took her hand. "But we're not children anymore." He pulled something from his pocket, the old blue pendant. Mercy froze. I kept it. She touched it. You still had it? Every day, she began, crying. I thought you lost it. I lost you. He looked into her eyes. But never this. Months passed. Min-jae publicly confirmed their relationship. The media exploded. His mother initially refused to accept Mercy, but everything changed when she learned the truth about what had happened 10 years earlier. One evening, she visited Mercy. Mercy opened the door. Neither woman spoke for several seconds. Finally, Min-jae's mother said, I owe you an apology. Mercy didn't know what to say. I was wrong about you. You didn't know me. I should have tried. Mercy nodded. Thank you. The older woman hesitated. My son has never looked at anyone the way he looks at you. Mercy smiled. I love him. I know. Then she surprised Mercy by taking her hand. Take care of him. Mercy smiled through tears. I will. A year later, Min-jae and Mercy returned to Nigeria. They stood outside the small house where their story had begun. The walls were older. The garden had changed. But Mercy remembered everything. Min-jae looked around. This is where you saved me. She smiled. No, you did. She shook her head. You saved me too. How? You gave me a reason to believe that someone could choose me without caring about where I came from. He took her hand. I would choose you again, even after everything. Especially after everything. She smiled. Then Min-jae took out a small box. Mercy froze. Min-jae. He opened it. Inside was a ring. He dropped to one knee. I spent 10 years searching for you. Mercy covered her mouth. I searched cities, countries, names, records. He smiled. But I never realized the woman I was searching for would become the woman I loved all over again. Tears streamed down her face. He continued. You once told me that if we were meant to meet again, I wouldn't need to look for you. He looked into her eyes. You were right. Mercy laughed through her tears. So I'm done searching. He held out the ring. Mercy, will you marry me? She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she dropped to her knees and threw her arms around him. Yes. He laughed. Yes. Yes. He kissed her forehead. Then she whispered, You know what the funniest part is? What? You fell in love with me before you even knew who I was. He smiled. Maybe. My heart recognized you before my mind did. They married months later in a ceremony that brought together Korean and Nigerian traditions. There were tears. There was laughter. There was music. And when Min-jae looked across the room and saw Mercy walking toward him, he realized something. For 10 years, he had believed his greatest love story was the story of a woman he had lost. He had been wrong. His greatest love story was the story of the woman he found again. Not because fate handed her back to him, but because after everything they had survived, they chose each other together again, and this time neither of them would run. Years later, their foundation would become one of the most successful Korea-Africa development organizations, funding scholarships, supporting young entrepreneurs, and creating opportunities between communities that had once seemed worlds apart. People often ask Min-jae why he had spent so many years searching for one woman. His answer never changed. Because she once saved my life. Then he would smile. But I didn't realize until much later that she had saved my heart too. And whenever someone asked Mercy whether she regretted keeping her identity secret when they first met again, she would look at her husband and smile. Sometimes she would say, Then why did you do it? She would squeeze Min-jae's hand. Because I needed to know whether he would fall in love with the woman I had become. And did he? Mercy would laugh. He did. Min-jae would lean toward her. No, she would raise an eyebrow. No, I fell in love with you twice. She would smile. First, with the woman who saved me. He would kiss her hand, and then with the woman who came back. And that was the truth of their story. He had spent 10 years searching for Mercy, but fate had something better planned. It didn't simply return his first love. It gave him the chance to meet her again, to know her again, to choose her again, and to discover that sometimes the person you've spent years searching for isn't waiting somewhere at the end of the world. Sometimes she is standing right in front of you. Sometimes she is the stranger who makes your heart race. Sometimes she is the woman you cannot stop thinking about. Sometimes she is the person you fall in love with before you even know her name, and sometimes, after years of heartbreak, mistakes, distance, and fear, life gives you one impossible second chance. Min-jae got his, Mercy got hers, and this time, they held on.